Every day, I wake up knowing that the more people I try to save, the more enemies I will make. Jamie is such a fine actor, and he's bringing not only this incredibly big ultimate villain and an ultimate adversary, but the origin of where he comes from is full of humanity and full of depth and empathy. You have such empathy for him as a character, which is a rare thing and an important thing, because, you know, we as people like to just keep villains as villains and keep them away from us and keep our distance and not identify. But there's something wiser, I feel, than about going, you know what, I see myself in that person, and there's something healing about that when you can acknowledge that you have evil in you, that you also have destructive tendencies, that you all, because we all do, whether we like to admit it or not, we all are made up of everything. He breaks your heart because he's trying to be good. He's trying to be the guy that Spider-Man is. He's trying to offer his gifts to the world and to people, but he's being rejected, and they are being rejected, and it's heartbreaking. And it turns into anger, it turns into rage, and it turns into destruction, and you kind of understand why when someone's been abused like that. There's something you're not telling me, Aunt May.
I once told you that secrets have a cost. The truth does too.
The swinging, obviously, is awesome. The costume is awesome. And I get to be a messy teenager, which is awesome. You know, I was a messy teenager, so I get to express that part of myself and work with that part of myself, which was really beautiful. And there's just so many, it's countless what the stuff I can list off about how special it is and how lucky I am to play this part. I think it's the same level of intensity that I experienced, but again, working with this Andy Armstrong stunt team was a gift for me to be able to do. They're just so wonderful as inventors. They're inventors. They invent sequences, and they invent contraptions, and they invent a physical language that is just inspiring, and I feel very lucky to be a part of that team. And in terms of the intensity, it's we have a responsibility to that part of the story to make that as unique and as fun and inventive and surprising as possible. I'm so sorry, I'm late. I had a traffic thing.
Did your traffic jam have anything to do with being, I don't know, shot at by machine guns?
He's unlucky in love, he's unlucky in life, he has no luck anywhere as Peter Parker. He comes home from being this powerful, you know, superhuman, takes off the mask, and suddenly he's got all the aches and pains of all the places where he landed, all the things, muscles he pulled, and the joints that he strained, and then he looks in the mirror and he's plain old Peter, and there's a bummer, you know? It's like you wake up from a dream and you're like, oh, that was such a beautiful dream, I just want to keep sleeping. But in fact, his waking life is really just challenging. He's trying to juggle earning money, trying to make sure that Aunt May's taken care of, trying to keep his relationship with his girlfriend nurtured. He's trying to be every man for every man, and it's impossible. It's an impossible task he set himself. He's got to be struggling all the time, otherwise we don't want to watch him. You know, if he's got it all figured out, if he's perfect, then he's unrelatable, because no one is. But the things that he's got down, I think he's feeling pretty confident in his ability to save people on a daily basis, and he's pretty happy that he gets to enjoy himself while doing it. That's the beauty of him. He's not taking it ultimately seriously all the time. He's doing his job, but he's doing it with some flair. You know, he's playing. I think of Usain Bolt, who the fastest man in the world right now, and the last, I think, 20 minutes before he starts a race, he calls that part of his preparation play, and that 20 minutes is kind of what I wanted Spider-Man to have. He's just playing, and he's kind of, you know, being trickster, and he's like a little monkey pulling bigger monkeys' tails and then running away and climbing up a tree, and like just kind of acting like a kid in a Spider-Man costume. Actually, it's kind of as simple as that.
Bigger than you, Peter.
I made a choice. This is my path.